Have they moved off any of those 80 points, or are they just saying nothing, like it or lump it?
Pretty much no.
A few, but not too many. A few, but not too many.
Insignificant ones. I give you one example they did today. Who cares? We had like a 120-day probationary period, and when they rewrote the contract, they came back and said, well, the new probationary period for a new hire would be 180 days. And we said, why? Because. So they came back today and they said, okay, we'll make it 120 days. That's the kind of change they make.
But they still want the new hire to be non-union, is that
right? They're still standing by that. They're still standing by the pay cuts that they're demanding. They're still standing by the right to terminate our retirement, which they keep insisting to us. We're not going to terminate your retirement. You shouldn't say that in the media. It's really unfair. We're not planning on doing it. We just want the right to do it. So it's like, I'm not going to, I just want the right to break into your house at night. I'm not going to do it, but just in case I need to do that, I need you to just give me the right? So that's kind of where they're at with that. They haven't budged off that. But I think they will budge. I don't want to. I am here. We're still doing this because we feel confident, we still feel optimistic, that this is a struggle that can be won, and it's a struggle that can be won, and it can be an example of what labor and the Occupy movement can do together, to demand justice and to win justice for a small group of workers. I think it's possible. If we didn't think it's possible, we wouldn't be here still talking to you. I don't want this to be one of these long, drawn-out, losing labor struggles that we hear about and participate in so often. We've had too many losses already. And I think in this situation, we do have an opportunity to win because the company is so sensitive to their image, right? I mean, we haven't been able to sort of stop production because unfortunately, there's lots of people out of work, and unfortunately, people are making bad decisions to go and cross picket lines and to do our job, right? And it's a skilled job, but there's people out there who have done that job before, and there's people who are doing it, and there's people who are going to learn it over 2-3 weeks, and so that we haven't been able to stop production. But on the other hand, they are concerned about their image. Matter of fact, we know that they're concerned with how much bad PR they're getting because they went to they have an in-house PR firm at Sotheby's, but they were so dissatisfied with their own PR firm that they're like, we got to get a new PR firm because we're getting our ass kicked in the media by the Teamsters. We look like who we are. We look like the bad guys. So they went to this new PR firm and they said, well, you take us on as a client. And this is one of the top-ranked PR firms in the city. And the guy said, well, who are you guys from? He said, well, we're from Sotheby's. And the guy said, oh, Sotheby's. Yeah, we have an exclusive contract with the Teamsters Joint Council. Right? But they didn't know that. They actually went to our PR firm for help. Yeah. So, I mean, we knew that the bad press was bothering them. But that was like vindication, that they really are concerned with their image. A lot of the 1%, these board members who really are the 1%, they don't want us. I mean, first of all, they just sort of all pretend that none of us exist, right? So the fact that you even exist, that bothers them. So when you go to where they are and interject your existence, into their life, that's enough of an affront on them to shake them up. And when you do something even more than just show up, like interrupt a meeting or picket their house, this kind of stuff has worked for us so far. I don't know how many people saw, there's a video on YouTube right now of Diana Taylor, who's Bloomberg's partner. And she chairs this public meeting, and she's one of the trustees on the board at Sotheby's. And Dave and I, you can only see Dave and I in the video, unfortunately, but there was 15 of our coworkers that went into this meeting and disrupted it. Not to be nasty, but to put her on the spot and say, answer for what's being done in your name. And so that kind of stuff, I think, is going to continue to be successful. And then we'll see. So that's a long answer. So no, not that much has come off the demands yet, but I think more will if we keep this stuff up,